Here are 5 NBA players that fell off this season. My name is Josh, your Envyerz. Let's talk about the obvious. Carmelo Anthony. It's crazy how in a year we went from Hoodie Melo to 69 photoshopped overall Houston Rocket Melo in 2K. Carmelo Anthony has always been a solid scorer throughout his entire career, but unfortunately, the last few years haven't been so great for him ever since leaving New York. OKC got better by trading him to the Atlanta Hawks, and the Atlanta Hawks got better by buying him out immediately. That's a joke, by the way. The Atlanta Hawks. They're the Atlanta Hawks right now. The fall was pretty crazy because ever since he said, "Yo, P, they're going to make me come off the bench," his career has been dead. He's only played 10 games with the Houston Rockets this season, averaging 13 points, coming off the bench for 8 of them. Some people say he was the fall guy for Houston's lack of success at the start of the season. But what I do find weird about the whole Carmelo Anthony situation with the Rockets is that the Rockets, they haven't released him yet. He's being held captive by the Rockets, not being able to sign with any other team right now. They haven't waived him, and there's a lot of speculation in the media saying the NBA wants him out of the league. I think he has 1 or 2 more good years left in him, if he's lucky. I could be wrong, but he's definitely taken a fall this NBA season. Next, let's talk about the man that shoots a jump shot like he's wearing a heavy backpack, Draymond Green. You know, once you see that photo, you can't unsee it. I might post it on the screen right now. Probably not. You know, if you're on Twitter, you know what Draymond's jump shot looks like. But this is the year that seems to be the fall of Draymond Green and the fall of the Golden State Warriors. Who knows what's going to happen with Draymond and his future with the Warriors? He might get traded this season. He might get traded next offseason. A lot of that is up in the air right now because they got key free agents this upcoming season in Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. And in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, not 3 years ago, I felt like I was the only one saying this 3 years ago, that Draymond Green is the most expendable guy on the Warriors. It's cool to see other media outlets finally catching up to what I've been saying about Draymond for like the past 3 years. He's not my defensive player of the year. He's not my 3-time NBA All-Star because he's scoring 7 points per game this season. And I don't know how you make the All-Star game scoring 10 points per game. And I know what you're saying. It's not about how much you score. It's about the little things. It's about the steals, the assists. It's about all the stats that don't show up in the box score. You know, I totally get it. But it's not until Draymond Green is on a different team, and hopefully he proves me wrong once he's there, where I'll stop thinking that he's an overrated system player bred by the Golden State Warriors. Moving on, let's talk about Allen Crabbe. Dare I say it, to be controversial, Allen Crabbe is just as good as Draymond Green? Nah, I'm not going to say that. But with the Portland Trail Blazers a few years ago, he was Mr. Consistency the final 2 seasons with the Blazers. He had like the same exact stat line for both years. It was crazy. And with the Brooklyn Nets last year, he got a lot of PT, upped his game, unfortunately to be overshadowed by Karis LeVert, who got injured, and now he's starting again, and sometimes he comes off the bench. It's kind of a weird situation in Brooklyn, considering they're starting guys like Jared Dudley as well and not playing Kenneth Faried as much. Once upon a time, a few weeks ago, he was also scoring 7 points a game, just like Draymond Green. He upped it by 2 more points, now scoring a solid whopping 9. I always loved Allen Crabbe with the Portland Trail Blazers, but it is kind of ironic that he retweets a tweet by Genius. If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? He knows he's not playing as good as he should. From guard to guard, let's talk about KCP, Envyerz Caldwell-Pope of the Los Angeles Lakers. A few weeks ago, KCP was averaging like 5 points per game. And I say a few weeks ago, when in reality it's probably been like a month. I've had this video sitting for a while and, you know, had to redo some of this stuff because I took so long. Now, averaging 9 points a game currently. He hasn't been that player that the Lakers signed him to be. I mean, other guys like Josh Hart have stepped up and become better at the role than KCP is. It's kind of crazy that KCP only got that contract because he signed with LeBron James' agent, Rich Paul. And the crazy thing about that contract, apparently he gets to dictate whether or not he gets traded. Like, he picks, I guess, a no-trade clause, even though if they didn't say it was a no-trade clause. They just said he gets to say whether or not he wants to get traded to that team or not, which is crazy for a player like KCP to even have that option. Last but not least, still a little controversial one right here. John Wall. This one is different because this isn't about his numbers. You know, this is about the Washington Wizards and everything we've heard out of the chaos with the Wizards. The Wizards at the start of the season looked to be like a playoff contending team in the weak Eastern Conference, and they still have a possibility if they start getting the ball rolling, but as of right now, they're not in the playoff picture when they should be. Because are you telling me, talent-wise, on paper, the Washington Wizards are worse than the Magic, the Nets, the Heat, the Hornets, and the Pistons? That's crazy that they're actually worse than all of those teams I just mentioned, because they shouldn't be. And a lot of finger pointing goes to John Wall not being the leader, not seeming to care anymore because he got his huge contract. Last year there seemed to be like a beef with Bradley Beal and Gortat, saying that the team plays better without John Wall. They traded Gortat as soon as he said that, but now it looks like maybe that was true. Is John Wall the problem with the Washington Wizards? You let me know. I personally feel he isn't an all-star even despite the numbers he's putting up. There's plenty of other guys in the Eastern Conference that deserve John Wall's spot in the All-Star game and are having better overall seasons for their teams. Like I said, John Wall's fall off isn't necessarily about his stats. It's about who he is as a player and who he is for his team. But those are my 5 NBA players that I feel fell off this season. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? You probably don't agree with all of them, but like I said, let me know. Click on some of these other videos on screen. Leave a like, share the video, all that good stuff. I'll talk to you all in the next one.